Hello, my name is HQ of HQ Reacts. Welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, share the stream, and click the notification button for new content.
This black woman, I'm here for you. I swear to God, I'm here for you. You must wake up with that mindset, okay? Like white girls have to manifest things, you have to manifest too. You have to manifest yourself into the ultimate super warrior, okay? You have to turn yourself into the ultimate warrior princess of Wakanda and go outside with that mindset in mind and know this. Know this to be the case. You will fight. You will dominate. You will win. Hail the black woman. Hail her. You will win and you will fight and you will fucking dominate, okay? So that's your manifestation. That's your affirmation. That's your word of affirmation in the morning.
You know, this girl got fired for doing this. She got fired and she got canceled all the way for doing this boohoo garbage right here. People just don't learn. They never learn that stuff is not acceptable in mainstream America. I don't understand why they don't get it.
Subscribe.
More and more black people are starting to speak up. They're starting to speak up on the community, and I don't blame us because we tired. See, what a lot of people don't understand is that there's a huge difference between regular black folk and ninjas. Ninjas want to stay in their horrible environments. They have no self-respect and no self-control. They go around unaliving, essaying, stealing, robbing. They don't care about each other. They don't take care of their neighborhoods, and they definitely don't take care of themselves. Smelling like an overwhelming odor of marijuana, and of course they the victim. They still complaining about something that happened 400 years ago, way before their time, way before their parents' time. And then we got regular black folk. We take pride in our community. We are hardworking, ambitious individuals who definitely want to be segregated from all that nonsense. Our demeanor and our appearance speak value. We understand that there's a time and a place for our behavior. And most of all, we respect one another. We are not victims. So yes, black fatigue is really real.
All right, so as you heard, the real issue here is not race, it's behavior and mindset. A lot of black creators you will hear from today are not fed up with being black or other black people in general. They're simply tired of the chaos, of the entitlement, and the total lack of accountability that's constantly being defended by identity politics. And I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the term black fatigue or white fatigue. It does sound like you are trying to write off an entire racial group. But if people are noticing patterns within their own communities, obviously you should be allowed to point that out. When black people talk about black fatigue, they're talking about the exhaustion from having to defend dysfunction because that person happens to be the same race. It's about the expectation to excuse lawless, violent, disrespectful behavior in the name of black culture, which again is a term that is thrown around way too loosely. And how many nationalities, cultures, and values exist within the black race alone? Within any race. That's another thing I don't like. French, Polish, Norwegian, they don't all share one culture. Same thing with like Jamaican and Nigerian. That's why I'm not a fan of the white fatigue and black fatigue and also black culture and white culture. There's no one culture for a whole race.
White people attempting to rebrand white rage by co-opting the term black fatigue as though it's a phenomenon they actually experience but only recently found the language to talk about is both dystopianly weird and tragically on brand. The copying, the whitewashing, the centering themselves by playing victim. Term black fatigue has been used by black people for quite a while.
And still is.
Mary Frances Winters wrote a book that came out in 2020 titled Black Fatigue, and it describes the mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion that black people experience because of systemic racism. When white people talk about experiencing black fatigue, they are not talking about a harm that they experience because of black people or anybody else. They are literally telling on their own inability to live in society with black people. And that's not new either. That's a pathology that has existed for hundreds of years, but call it what it is, white rage.
Okay. See, it's a little bit racist, I think, to assume that all black people feel the same way about this issue. You can't even fathom a black person disagreeing with the mainstream narrative, which is that, oh yes, we're all oppressed because of our skin color. Everybody else is at fault. Evil cops, evil white people, blah, 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 blah. Isn't that a bit racist? To assume every black person is going to think the same way, especially when you can take a look at this trend and who's talking about it, and use your brain and see, oh, it's mostly black people. Let me come up with another argument.
It's not racist, and I know y'all have been told this is racist, but it's not. It's not racist to call black people out for their behavior and what they're doing to society at this moment. I'm tired of y'all too, but everybody, the world is getting sick of y'all and y'all's bullshit.
Black fatigue, or ghetto fatigue, is a real thing, and no one's staying silent about it any longer. No nationality wants to be involved or bothered by this loud, obnoxious group of people. No one. Not even hardworking Black Americans. They have mastered the victim card.
See, this is the problem that I have. What's actually going on? And we normally only see this when we see other Black people trying to ingratiate themselves into the white community. We see this a lot. What's actually going on when a Black person bashes other Black people in front of white people? Well, I think it's an internalized racism myself. When people of color start to believe negative stereotypes about their own group and act in ways that support those stereotypes or the system that created it, I think we have a problem at that point too. Then it's a justification, the human urge to believe the status quo. A lot of people, it's a lot of sheep out there. Sheep follow sheep. So when you believe the status quo and you believe it's legitimate, even if it hurts you, you will do that if you're trying to ingratiate yourself. Okay? Otherwise, it's our people's problem. I get it. And people say, well, why can't I talk about Black people and I'm a Black person? Of course you can. Of course you can. I can talk about Black people. But when I talk about Black people trying to ingratiate myself into another race to get into their good guy, oh yeah, white girl, yeah, X, Y, and Z, this is what Black people do. When you do that, then that's when I have a problem, right? And the idea that if Black people just behave properly by white middle class standards, I guess, racism will ease up. Racism will go away. That's bullshit. And it's kind of a harsh judgment of other Black folks onto other Black folks just to make us look bad. It doesn't work. So I have a problem when Black people say Black fatigue, and I have a problem when white people say white fatigue. You're both trying to denigrate your race. I don't like that.
Everyone's against them. There's oppression everywhere. And it's always the white man's fault, never their own. And you can call me all the Uncle Toms that you want. But the fact that you're calling me that shows me that I'm saying something with facts. And you wonder why most good Black people move out of those communities as soon as they reach success. It's because they want more for themselves. They hate to look at themselves in the mirror because they would have to face the fact that they're causing their own oppression. You also have the Democrat Party to thank for spoon feeding that behavior. And you still vote blue, no matter who.
And I still got to figure out what is this bullshit that we get from the right talking about democratic behavior or spoon feeding this behavior. I'd love to know what that is. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but it is what it is. So my whole thing is this. They always pretend like they're the good person, but other Black people are the problem. The system is fine. They say the system is fine. It's those other people over there, those other Black people over there who are lazy, ghetto, criminal, welfare getting, voting wrong, voting for the Democrat. Those are the Black people I have a problem with. Right there. Who?
Exactly. And people are especially tired of the rich Black celebrities who are crying oppression from their Beverly Hills mansions while scolding other Black people who may disagree politically, especially, that they're not Black enough. The idea that you have to act a certain way or speak a certain way or dress a certain way to actually be Black, that is insulting. It's just another form of control. It boxes people in, and you can't scream equality and then shame your own community when someone dares to ask for higher standards.
But America is tired. And people have grown numb to your constant cry of racism. Everyone's a racist who doesn't agree with you. But meanwhile, you can be bigots to everybody else. Black fatigue or ghetto fatigue is real.
Oh, white fatigue.
No. I'm just but we're not talking about white fatigue just yet. We're talking about Black fatigue. It's especially strong. We have that Black fatigue logo, especially strong in the MAGA spaces. Not every Black conservative does this shit. And not every white conservative demands that you do this shit, right? But in MAGA style politics, in MAGA world, there's strong incentives to do just it. The movement is built around defending the existing racial and economic order. It just is what it is, and rejecting talk of systematic racism as woke. That's the problem that we have over here. This is the problem that we have in the MAGA group. They believe when someone says something about systematic racism, then they're in that woke era, or they're in that victim mentality era. It has nothing to do with victim mentality. It just means there needs to be an acknowledgement of the systematic racism that is in this country, and it still is. Systematic justification shows that when people strongly want to believe the system is fair, they lean hard on those stereotypes and victim blaming to explain the inequality, right? It's always, you got the victim mentality. It never could be systematic racism or anything like that. It's all, and this leads to this black fatigue, and this is how it got started. The whole black fatigue thing got started. We're so tired of the black people talking about racism. We're so tired of this shit. Okay, but here's the thing. It's real. It just is real.
It's gonna pause. I'm gonna stop you right there. You're not white. You're black. Redheads are black. But then I remember that they were actually excommunicated from the black community.
I'm gonna say it straight like this, bro. All y'all little white people with red hair, y'all ain't welcome over here, bro. Like, on some real y'all ain't black. I don't give a damn. Y'all ain't none of that, bro.
It was short-lived, but let's hear him out.
Spawn without a comment here to post. Or
I understand exactly what he's saying, Black America. I understand. It's a form of bootlickering. It's that raccoon stuff. I understand exactly what it is.
Video, because I don't really care what they have to say, and I'm not going to give them air to breathe on my page. But I have white fatigue. Yeah, I said it. I have white fatigue. I am so fatigued of the history of selfish, greedy white people. White fatigue is a thing, even coming from the white people. I am so fatigued by you. White fatigue. Oh,
if that's the case, then I'm fatigued about rich people fatigue. I'm sick of these rich people getting away with stealing money. I'm sick of the rich people getting away with getting all the land, getting all the property, getting all the jobs, getting all the good time, getting all of the breaks, the perks, the better interest rates. I'm tired of the rich people getting all of this shit. Why is it that we as the poor people can't get some of this shit? See, when you want to divide a community, then you start doing racial shit. That's when you want to divide a community. We, poor white people, poor black people, we shouldn't even be having an issue. I don't even understand how poor white people think they're better than poor black people, because you're both poor. You're both being ground into the dirt by the rich people. But this is where we are. This is where we are.
Thing. It's a thing.
Great points. Amazing points.
This is why black fatigue is growing.
This man right here, that man is a professional instigator. I don't believe a thing he has to say.
I need my money's worth, dog. I need my money's worth. That's very that's very wild, though. Come on. That is very wild, bro.
Do better. This is the prime example for why we don't have nice things in black areas. You come in the store, you open up, you eat in the store. We can't have anything nice because y'all do like this. Prime reason for why Walmart ain't 24 hours anymore. As black people, we find a way to ruin things for everyone else, even other black people. But that's because we don't want to fix the culture. We don't want to fix the problem. We want to sit back and sweep it underneath the rug and say it doesn't exist.
The black people getting on and co-signing the black fatigue to make white people feel better could not be me. Imagine agreeing with white people when they aren't even picking you.
Again, you're the one who is assuming that all of these black creators, they're only talking about these issues because they're chasing the approval of white people. It's impossible for a black person to not follow the script. Now, that said, there are, of course, going to be people who misuse this term black fatigue in bad faith because not everyone throwing it around is interested in taking accountability or growth. Some will just see it as a convenient excuse to express their own prejudice because unfortunately, there are people who judge others solely by the color of their skin, not their actions, and no no buzzword should be able to mask that. So if you're using black fatigue or white fatigue or any race fatigue as a blanket excuse to demonize an entire race, then you're not engaging in honest critique. You're just hiding behind a trendy term. And that should be called out as well. But like I said, most of these people who are talking about this are black people. And they're not even out here saying, I hate my race, I hate being black, I hate every other black person. They are simply talking about entitlement fatigue, chaos fatigue, victimhood fatigue.
I too would be annoyed if I were half the age of black.
Oh, she's making it seem as though there was no white people out here talking about black fatigue. The first person that started talking about black fatigue was a white woman. So it is a thing. Don't make it seem like it's a black person thing. It was a white person thing because we had a white woman on here talking about that. It's black fatigue and white fatigue. Personally, I'm sick of all of y'all, but then that's just me. See, black and white. There's things that I hate about the black folks, and there's things that I hate about the white folks. So I got both black and white fatigue.
Black women, but look twice as old as them.
And that has to do with this trend. How? That's how you know you have no argument. You have to resort to that.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash, white people don't want to live around ratchet black people, and black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning, and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended, and that's anywhere you go. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna buy up this.
My point exactly, Rainbow Kid, has nothing to do with black or white. It has to do with ghetto. It has to do with ratchet and ghetto, black and white. I don't want to live next to people in the trailer park. I don't want to live next to white people who don't wash their hair and wear baseball caps all the time and walk around in fucking fucked up shoes. No, I don't want to live around them either. So I have white fatigue and black fatigue. No, I make it my business not to live around either one of those people. White trailer parks people and black ghetto people.
This, buy up that. I'm going to support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the out of there because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing.
They want to go back to a time when they could be disrespectful and racist to black people without consequence. And to that I say, since they are so...
And that ushered that in. That particular trend where white folks started to think that they could say and do anything that they wanted to say and do because they wanted to be on the woke train and they wanted to be on the freedom of speech and all this other shit. That's what ushered all of that shit in, right? They don't understand. You've been ruling the world for X, Y, and Z. Don't you think people get tired of your shit too? I don't understand why it became a thing.
So fatigued by how black people are moving. I say to my black people, put your foot on the gas. Keep your feet on their necks.
Okay, so she argues because the original meaning referred to black people's exhaustion from systemic racism, that we can't listen to these concerns? Terms get challenged, meanings can change over time, especially when the people that are supposedly represented by this term are speaking up and saying we're not tired of being black, we're tired of the dysfunction being labeled as our culture.
Talk about Shiloh Hendrix, the woman.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there. She hit the nail on the head. Just because bum Keisha has 30,000 babies and she down the street running her mouth, screaming and hollering and carrying on, doesn't mean HQ does the same thing. I don't mind you calling those people out. It's when you sit there and put us all in the same bucket. All y'all black people X, Y, and Z. No. All us black people don't X, Y, and Z. All y'all white people don't X, Y, and Z. That's the whole point. This is what I don't like. When you start talking about black fatigue and white fatigue, people don't make the distinction. Okay? People don't make the distinction. They link us all together. I ain't never been like Bum Keisha. Ain't never been like Bum Keisha. Yeah, there you go. Poor fatigue. That's what the fuck we need. We need poor people fatigue, because that's how they describe it. When you're in economic disadvantage, this is how you act out, and this is how you are. White folks and black folks and Mexican folks. You know, they all act the same when they're in those kind of circumstances. Then it should be poor fatigue. It shouldn't just be black fatigue, because I don't act like that. And there's plenty of black people who don't act like that. It's only 20% of the community that are poor. So it's a poor person's thing. This is the only thing I don't like. Don't lump me in the same category. I won't lump you in the same. We don't lump everybody. Look, we have to admit, there's some people that are there are white people that there are some white people that are different from other white people. Okay?
Who called a 5-year-old a racial slur. My first impression after watching the video, a little bit of white trash. I have to be honest, the kid was 5. I have worked with 5-year-olds for the last 15 years. Absolutely everything they do is out of pocket.
Okay, so she's talking about Shiloh Hendricks. You guys may know my take on that situation.
Realize why so many people are wanting to defend this, because Black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood, that they want to praise this woman. But what she did is not praiseworthy.
And what it should be called is fatigue, because even Black people have fatigue. You understand? The ghetto ratchet bullshit, all the random acts of violence that people want to ignore because it's Black on Black, which they also want to ignore. It's a lot of degenerate shit going on between both races, though, especially with the Carmelo Anthony thing. That was some degenerate punk bullshit. As far as like Shiloh Hendricks, she's trash. I'm sorry, she's trash. If they want to get behind trash, that's on them. But I don't blame them, because they just saw a bunch of people who look like me get behind a trash person too.
Right, it was a response to the stabbing, but again, not a fan of donating to and clapping for a woman calling a child the N-word, because he acted like one.
Here are 50 things that have given me white fatigue, and the list could go on, but here are just 50. Karen's calling the police on Black people for just existing, mass shooters being described as troubled young men.
Okay, fair enough, but I think there are Karens from every race. The media also waits quite a while when the criminal is not white. If they don't immediately describe the person, it's very, very likely that person was not white.
Cultural appropriation without any appreciation. White people in locks talking about spirituality.
Are we still pretending only one group borrows from others? Because I've seen plenty of stray blonde wigs worn by Black women. If you only want your culture to be appreciated by your own people, you better stop using iPhones or speaking English or eating sushi or doing yoga. All these things that are incredibly popular, regardless of race, because people are allowed to share things from their cultures as long as you're not mocking it. What is the issue?
All lives matter. I don't see color.
In an ideal world, we wouldn't focus on race every 5 seconds, but today's culture forces it into everything, even things that have nothing to do with race.
White creators becoming famous for watered down versions of Black culture, profiting off of Black trauma on social media, weaponizing white tears.
I don't even know what this means, because a lot of creators profit off of their own trauma and other people's trauma in general. It's not exclusive to one group. A lot of people do that to get clicks.
White savior complexes in real life and movies.
Okay, I get the critique and I agree with her, but think about it though. What do you want? Supportive white people to just shut up and Venmo you money because they took your 1K anti-racist course? Or when they don't do that, when they disagree with that nonsense, you drag them either way. So you can't really win.
White teachers punishing Black students for being disruptive.
Well, if the student is being disruptive, they should be punished, regardless of their race. See, context matters. If you didn't do anything wrong, then yeah, that's an issue. But we're just supposed to assume because a teacher is white and the student is Black, then he could do no wrong. She is a racist bigot, and every single Black student ever is well behaved. Do you not see the issue here?
White people going viral for dances Black people made.
A white person did a dance that a Black creator did first. I'm glad we have our priorities straight.
White-led DEI training with no actual change.
The DEI modules, that is corporate virtue signaling at its finest. But rich, white, and Black liberals love it because they feel powerful while doing nothing, accomplishing absolutely nothing. Except, I'd argue, even more division.
Screaming reverse racism like it's real, appropriating AAVE, using it wrong.
So do you want money every time like a white teen says slay?
Why is it always about race with you? The obsession with controlling black hair.
Controlling black hair? I do not care what you do with your hair.
It's not racism. It's accountability. It's one of those to where they are tired. They are fed up to where they have opened their camera and they start confessing the things that agitate them about the Black community. We've allowed this to happen because we do not like being held accountable for.
You smarter than you're smarter than the people who came up with the shit, Jay.
Some of the ignorance, some of the degeneracy, some of the just plain right foolishness that comes out of our community, we refuse to address it. And when we have people who address
Bro, what do you mean we refuse to adjust it? What do you mean we refuse to address it? You address it. You address it. Nobody comes out on a platform and tells 1,000 millions of people to start acting right. What the fuck are you talking about? This is what I don't like. People coming on talking about being accountable. How are you going to make me be accountable for some shit I don't have anything to do with? Only thing I can be accountable for is my children and the people I give birth to and the people I'm responsible for. I'm not responsible for Bum Keisha down the street. Bum Keisha down the street has to be responsible for Bum Keisha. And you put Bum Keisha into the category that you have to be. You don't put all black people in that bucket. You don't put all white people in the bucket. This is what I don't like. Put ghetto people in the bucket or poor people in the bucket, but don't put everybody in the bucket. Shooting with the black fatigue thing.
They are called like judgmental. And so now you have white people entering the chat and said, you know what, we're tired of it. We're tired of being called racist.
I understand the reason why they say black fatigue. I understand all of that, but still just dumb.
For holding y'all accountable to the ignorant things that's happened. Black people in the comment sections are just like, this is racism, this is this, and this is this. I blame y'all. This is what happens when the black community cry wolf or cry racism in instances that's not racism, to where now we have
most people who be talking Rainbow Kid, most people who be talking about DEI don't understand what DEI is. They just be talking. They don't understand.
a hard time knowing the difference between what is actually racism and what is actually accountability.
So what's the solution? Standards, higher ones for everyone, regardless of race. And since everyone's so fatigued, maybe go take a nap or have a coffee. That's all for today's video, guys. You let me know what you think in the comments below.
Thank you. Thank you. I saw a bunch of one-sided. Okay, that was black fatigue. We finna do. Well, we finna do this fatigue right here.
They show the suspect, you just think to yourself, I hope this wasn't a black person. Listen, as black people, whenever we commit a crime, y'all, it's the entire.
Stop talking, Jay. Stop talking about black DEI because you don't even understand it. Because if you don't understand, you don't understand it. Just be quiet about it.
Entire race's fault. There is no excuses made. There's no context given. All black people are bad. But when it's a white person, y'all, there is every excuse thrown at them. Oh, we need to pray for this individual. He was troubled. He was lost. Let's just take example the incident with Charlie Kirk. When Buddy got popped, there was a lot of outrage in the first couple of days. You had white men flooding the streets, protesting, screaming, fight back. His wife hopped online, basically wishing death on the shooter. And then turn around a few days later, the suspect is
DEI is racist to who, Zorkin? Just give me one instance when it's a racist. Give us one instance in which it's racist. When it has nothing to do with color or anything else. How is it racist when it has nothing to do with color? Please explain. It's race. DEI is racist to white men.
Is released, and he was a young white man from the Caucasus Mountains. There were no more protests. Everybody was talking about coming together. His wife even hopped on and said she praying for him. And it's like, bro, I could only imagine if that was a black person or an immigrant or something like that, how the reaction would have been. White fatigue, though, y'all, it is very bad.
A federal grand jury indicted 2 North Texas men accused of plotting to invade a foreign island, kill the men, and take the women as sex slaves.
Prosecutors said, yeah.
Whoa,
y'all see how delusional these white supremacists be? 2 men going to a whole island, and y'all oh my, but they love to scream black people have a low IQ. What type? What?
One of the men enlisted in the Air Force to get military training he thought he needed. Fox 4's Blake Hansen in our newsroom tonight with these stunning allegations. Blake.
Yeah, Stephen Heather, federal prosecutors say the suspects didn't plan to go it alone. In fact, the feds say they plan to recruit people who are homeless in Washington, D.C. to serve on their, quote, expeditionary force and take over a small Haitian island. The grand jury.
Oh, y'all trying to go to Haiti.
Charges 21-year-old Gavin Weisenberg from Allen and 20-year-old Tanner Thomas from Argyle with conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country, as well as a charge of production of child pornography.
Oh my, y'all, I keep telling y'all this: the pipeline of racist white men to child PDF content possessioners. I don't even think that's a word. Every time I'm talking about, there is always a correlation. What the
Joe Weisenberg was booked into the Collin County Jail in July. We've not been able to find a mugshot for Thomas. Prosecutors say he was in the U.S. Air Force at the time.
Damn.
The place they are accused of plotting to invade is called Gonave Island. It is part of the Republic of Haiti. It's not small. In fact, that island has about 87,000 residents. Prosecutors.
So y'all thought, even if y'all had about 100 people, I mean, like,
say Weisenberg and Thomas plan to lead that expeditionary force by sailboats to the island, murder the men, take control of the island, and then turn the women into sex slaves, according to prosecutors. The feds say the plan dates back to August of last year. They say Weisenberg enrolled in a Rockwall Fire Academy to learn command and control protocols, but flunked out in February. And they say he then traveled to Thailand to learn how to sail, but didn't enroll in the school due to the cost. The feds say Thomas, meanwhile, enlisted in the Air Force in January and in March, changed his station assignment from Germany to Maryland to better coordinate the invasion and recruit the homeless population in D.C.
This is why
this shit is wild. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
I have to make these videos because people think that this shit is like, it's just online. No, these men were really going to the army just to be racist, like just to this is
no, not to be racist, to be people that dominated other people, to capture a whole slew of women on an island so they be sex slaves on the island. What is wrong with these?
Yo, I know I'm kind of left leaning, but one thing I do promote, especially for my young black men, is the right to bear arms, man. Stay strapped. I go to the gun range at least twice a month, bro. I try to be on it because you never know what these, you know what I'm saying? You got to stay protected, bro.
We reached out to attorneys listed for Weisenberg and did not hear back. We could not find attorneys listed for Thomas. Prosecutors say they face up to life in prison if convicted on the conspiracy to murder charge.
Get a ass the chair, bro. Get him up out of here, bro. Damn, y'all. This low-key scary, man.
Who would ever have imagined neo-Nazis going into video chat rooms with children trying to recruit them?
I'm an entertainer, pro-white entertainer. I hate non-whites.
And you see they targeting kids. That pipeline. I know he got something on his computer targeting children, bro. Y'all, man, what's wrong with y'all, bro? And this is literally the reason why we have so many racist young white men that look up to, 1930s Germany and, you know what I'm saying, the mustache man, Nick Fuentes. They look at these type of people, they are indoctrinated.
The problem is this. This country is not delivering for white men like they think it should be. So therefore, they're trying to revert to kind. They're trying to revert back to something some other time, and unfortunately, they cannot, and it will not revert back to what they want it to be. This dynamic right now is not how they want it to be. It's not going to turn into what you want it to be. And rolling back DEI, rolling back affirmative action, rolling back women's rights, rolling back all of these things is not going to get you what you want. That's what they see it. They know it's not going to get them what they want. That's why most of those white boys be crashing out. That's why they crash out.
You know what I'm saying? Young as hell, just hey, bro, pay attention to what your kids consuming. Because I be even seeing some black kids that be watching these type of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the man? What happened to us?
Okay. That's exactly what our News Channel 5 investigation discovered. The neo-Nazi in this case is a guy named John Minadio, who is part of a group, the Goyim Defense League, that spent 2 weeks in Nashville back in 2024. I confronted him on the steps of City Hall. You have a problem with Jews in general, though. Yes, I do. And I had continued to watch this group's activities. What I was really stunned to discover was
him saying that out in public like that ensures that he's going to be kicked to the dregs of society, kicked to the curb by most white people, because they not having it. You come out against them, the Jewish folks, they ain't having it. They going to put you in your place. White men are not. That's why I'd say Nick Fuentes better watch his back.
Was that he was going into video chat rooms that are popular with children, berating children of color. You look like an ugly trying to recruit white children. White power. There you go. Convincing white boys especially that they needed to get guns and get ready to kill black people.
Shooting range. Get ready to kill.
It was, I think, by most people's estimation, pure evil. If you want to see my full investigation, in fact, you need to see my full investigation, it's online at newschannel5.com/hate.
And shout out to the white people that do be standing up against this shit, dog. I'm gonna put the full stories all down below. But bro, it's just sad, dog. Like 2025, you would think shit would get better. You got motherfuckers planning to go take over whole islands of black people, telling young kids that who's to say they're not going to go to college, continue the same type of ideology. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a January 6th rioter who was pardoned by President Trump has been arrested for molesting a child in Florida. 44-year-old Andrew Johnson is accused of molesting an 11-year-old boy 3 times last year. Johnson met the child on
I'm gonna be so 100. If black people are known for being violent and killing people, white people are known for doing stuff like this. And if I wasn't no race, I would choose to do the black people crimes. We murderers and killers. Y'all rapists and child tittlers.
They crashing out so much. The problem is they're crashing out too much, and it has nothing to do with. It has a lot to do with what has been ushered in the last couple years, and Donald Trump has helped to usher that garbage in. White men fight back. When I heard that white men fight back, I was like, y'all on some goofy. Y'all really on some goofy. Here's the thing. Somebody said a while back that by 2045, the United States is going to be mixed, and white is going to be a minority. People can see that coming. Most people can see that. They can see that coming. 20, 30 years, they can see it coming. So they crashing out on each other, everybody. So my whole thing is, why are you crashing out? Do what you can do in the day. That's half of people's problem. They're always worried about what the next person is going to do, whether the next person is going to get a better benefit, whether the next person is going to do better than me. And the thing is, you can't tell the future. You can't predict the future. Worry about what you're going to do today. You want to have an all-white family, you want to have an all-white family, continue to be an all-white family, then you mixed, or you have sex, or you breed with somebody who's white, and don't worry about it. But you can't make the determination that your grandchild is only going to marry somebody white, or your great-grandchild is only going to marry somebody white. You can never predict that kind of future. And these people are crashing out because they know they can't predict that kind of future. This country is going to be mixed. The Hispanic people are outbreeding all of us. It is what it is. It is what it is.
According to an affidavit, Johnson gifted the boy an iPhone to keep the abuse a secret. He also told the child that since he was pardoned for storming the Capitol, he was being awarded $10 million as a result of being a January 6ther, and that he would be putting him in his will to take over what money he had left over. Trump talked about the possibility of compensating the January 6th rioters, but so far no one has received any payments.
And shout out to
y'all. You notice that a lot of the people that were in January 6th and then they got pardoned actually went back and committed other crimes, small to large other crimes. You notice that those people, a lot of them came back and did some things. They be in the news for bullshit, right?
To this Twitter page right here, man, I expose racists and you know what. And like, bro, it's just so many stories that you wouldn't even imagine these people do. And a lot of these are like child, you know what, and I really can't talk about them a lot on YouTube because the last time I tried it, they took my video down. So y'all go on these pages and they show you how sick these people are. Nobody really talks about the crimes that they commit. And it's like, you know, they love to paint black people as the problem when they're the main ones. Like, look at this. He took the life of his own baby. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to say, oh no, protect, don't be around black people. They're dangerous. Y'all are the main ones that are dangerous. You know what I'm saying, bro? So man, y'all show this Twitter page some love. Don't fall for the propaganda, bro. Black people are not the only ones committing crimes. All right, black fatigue, no, it ain't real. White fatigue, that's most definitely should be the damn main thing. So we got a lady dropping off. I think she Instacarted some Pampers and some milk. You know, things that she need. Dropping it off. Take the picture. She dropped it off, you know. Did her thugger.
Fucking coming up there for you. There's a camera right there.
White man, two white men showing up. They plotting, y'all. Thugs. Fucking thugs. What's gonna happen? I know they finna try to come back and yeah. Trying to hide from the kid. Bruh.
Look at this silly shit.
Dog.
Look at this silly shit right here.
Dog.
You stole a milk?
Nigga stole some milk. Nigga, you stole milk.
Here's a really weird family fact. My mom and dad and me and my sister all slept in the same bed growing up. And I slept in that bed until I was 8. And my sister slept in that bed till she was like 15. It was because we had no other rooms in the house. However, after my brother moved out and we had a free room, my dad decided to take me and we were going to sleep in my brother's room, just me and my dad. And no one thought it was weird. And I found out today that my mom knew my dad was using at this time, and my dad was acting so insane and weird. And when he was like, I'm going to leave you, my wife, to sleep in a different room with my 8-year-old daughter, no biggie, my mom didn't bat an eye. And then my dad slept in this room with me until I turned 13. And the only reason it stopped was because after I turned 13, I was like, this is super weird. And I like cried to my mom because I was like, I don't want him to sleep in here, but I'm so scared he's gonna, if I kick him out, because the bond was super weird. And so my mom had to like set up a conversation so he wouldn't like freak out over me kicking him out of this room so I could finally have my own room.
Wait.
And it was just weird that no.
Wait, what? Wait, whoa. She ain't saying the other stuff. He wasn't essaying her. I mean, what? Wait.
No one seemed to like think that was an odd choice on my dad's part.
Tim Tebow put it best, bro. White men are some of the biggest abusers in the child home, you know? And I gotta hold white women accountable too, because her, like in the video, her mother didn't do anything and step in and say, hey, this is wrong. That's why I don't understand white supremacy, because white supremacy, white women are treated like shit. You know what I'm saying? It's that patriarchy that is intact with white supremacy. And she didn't really even go into detail in this video. I hope nothing happened to her. We didn't touch on her, bro. That's just sick, man.
Blaming everything on white people. Oh, you're not gonna like this. World War I, white people. World War II, white people. The Vietnam War, white people. Slavery, white people. Systemic racism, white people. Racism in general, white people. Thousands of years of Asian history being wiped off this planet, white people. Africa decentralized for decades. South America decentralized for decades. Middle East decentralized for decades. White people. Capitalism, white people. Fascism in America, white people. Oh, look at that, you're Christian. Bet. Christianity being used to justify slavery? White people. Christianity being used to justify massacring Native Americans? White people. There's a fake Christian that sold Bibles with his own names on it sitting in the White House right now that was built and maintained by slaves. This motherfucker's white. Who led Germany during the 1930s? A white Christian. Which group of people colonized Africa? White Christians. Klan members. White Christians. St. Peter's Cross being misunderstood as a symbol of Satanism. White people. Border problems. White people. White people. The metal community being full of racist, ignorant bitches. White people. Speaking of that, Pantera. White people. The current...
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, y'all. Is that a man, first of all? Is that a man who got his hair combed straight up and then he got on some see-through shit, shirt and jacket that a female would wear? Oh, Lord.
Dog shit state of the movie industry. White people and capitalism. The current dog shit state of the music industry. White people and capitalism. Specifically shit like Spotify. The current dog shit state of the gaming industry. White people and capitalism. Mount Rushmore. White people. This is some colonizer shit. Native people, their sacred land back. Dingoes. White people. The extinction of the dodo bird. White people. Fucking cave diving. White people. Last but not least, the useless existence of you and your mother. White people. That was 2 minutes of speed reading, and I'm barely on page 1 of the Cracker book.
Hey, bruh, he was on their ass, man. But I'm gonna say this. It ain't all white people, but it's probably gonna be a white person. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. Listen, don't fall for the propaganda with these black fatigue videos. Yes, black people commit crimes. Every other race commit crimes, but them highlighting one group and trying to make them the entire problem with the country is literally just propaganda. If you watching this video, bruh, and you got spare time, make some videos on these topics. You know, like that's what they do for us, bruh. They put out our bad, do the same shit. Sometimes fighting fire with firework, man. No more talking though. If y'all want to see something similar to this, go check out even white people got white fatigue, man. Yeah, it's bad.
The whole point is everybody got black and white fatigue. Everybody has black and white fatigue. We tired of each other. It just is what it is. This young lady helped usher the shit in
God, I'm here for you.
by doing some dumb shit.
You must wake
By doing this dumb shit right here. And then I had to run through
I'm tired of Karens not minding their own business, and then when confronted about the business they didn't mind, then they have white tears, which then cause harm to white bodies, which then predicates police brutality, which you guys are the ones that perpetrate. So I'm tired of the fact that your grandparents and your great-grandparents caused the conditions for black people to live in ghettos, black people not to own homes, black people not to have access to education, access to funds and programs, and then blame us for living in the ghetto, and then blame us for the violence that we are subject to, and then blame us for the conditions that we live in. Wow. Story after story of teachers having inappropriate relationships with their teenage students. Tired of the white hoods and KKK and the neo-Nazis, some which just got attacked in Ohio because they felt entitled to be openly racist. Really confused and tired about those rock concerts where you guys go ahead and beat each other up, but we're savages. Very savage, uncouth ghetto behavior. Beating each other up for fun at concerts. Tired of the opioid crisis. I'm tired of white middle-class men who are criminals, who all they care about is the bottom line, and they willingly put drugs into the system which kill kids and which kill college students. Wow. I'm tired of seeing overweight people in my 600-pound life not doing anything with themselves and living off the government. I'm tired of white people being the largest recipients of welfare in this country and DEI programs. I'm tired of the history that you guys created in this country, to the point where my parents are the first people in my family that integrated schools. My parents are the first people in my family that had full rights. Not even my mother. Sorry, my dad was, maybe. And you guys acting like it's not real. That's what I'm tired of. Have a beautiful day, white folk.
I ain't gonna lie, we gotta start doing something about these people. Y'all heard about the white boy that took the lives of 3 black people a couple days ago and there's no media coverage on it? Look at this, y'all. Like, man, this happened in Cincinnati, Ohio, bro. Apparently it was no motive at all. Like, just, these people are sick, man. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna make an excuse calling this a mental illness for this dude, too. I can't even say it's fatigue anymore, bro. It's just like a sickness, man. I don't know.
Nigga, white man. Hold on, the real Res Corps, the most slaves were not owned by the black man. Stop that. Stop spreading that kind of news in the chat. That's definitely a lie.
Okay.
You talking too slow for me. I can't stand that. No, the most 99% of the slaves were owned by white people. It was only a small amount of black people that were owned by black people. A black man or black person was not owned mostly by black people. That's a lie. Don't be spouting a lie. Goddamn, why y'all just can't take y'all fucking L on owning folks? Why you white folks can't just take your fucking L on owning folks?
Black people, we were never invited to that party. You got land through the Homestead Act. We got redlined. You got GI Bills. We got denied loans. You got police protection. We got police brutality. Don't pretend that bootstrap stories cancel out 400 years of state-sanctioned racial violence and exclusion. 2. The Irish were slaves too. Stop. Indentured servitude is not the same thing as chattel slavery. Let's not insult history. Irish servants had terms. They weren't property. Their children weren't born into slavery. They weren't bred, whipped, sold, and raped across generations. They didn't have laws written for their permanent dehumanization. Equating the two is not just inaccurate, it's offensive. 3. Africans sold other Africans, so it's their fault. Yes, some African kingdoms sold captives from rival groups. That happened. But what those sellers could never have imagined was the industrial, dehumanizing, and generational horror show that Europeans created. Chattel slavery based entirely on race. Africans sold prisoners of war. Europeans built an ideology of white supremacy to justify treating human beings as livestock, to be bred, broken, and erased. You can sell a match, but you didn't invent the forest fire. 4. Nobody alive today owned slaves, and nobody alive today bombed Pearl Harbor either, yet America still remembers. Nobody alive enslaved Jews in Egypt, but reparations were paid to Holocaust survivors and their descendants by Germany. The point isn't individual guilt, it's institutional responsibility. The wealth of this nation, Wall Street, universities, old money, is soaked in black suffering. Reparations aren't about guilt, they're about justice. So yes, we're fatigued too. But not just tired, we're exhausted. Exhausted from re-explaining basic history. Exhausted from being gaslit every time we speak.
From being gaslit like the real Res Corps trying to do. Like the real Res Corps is trying to do in the fucking chat. The person who had the most slaves was black. No, he wasn't. They were white. Stop it.
Truth. Exhausted from hearing that the past is over when we're still living in its consequences. Exhausted from being told to move on while everyone else clings to their own histories and legacies. Exhausted from being asked to be polite in the face of denial, to be gracious in the face of ignorance. You say you're tired of hearing about racism. Imagine living inside it. That's fatigue. That's black fatigue. And if we're being real, what you're calling white fatigue isn't tiredness. It's guilt avoidance. It's history aversion. It's the allergic reaction to accountability.
I'm not giving emotional
We are not
anything.
responsible for your discomfort, but we are responsible for truth, and we'll keep speaking it, whether you're tired or not.
Hey, Jeff here. A funny story. I took the time to answer to your comment, and for some reason, TikTok made it a point to put the sound that I had put in so loud that you couldn't even hear what I was saying. So I have no choice but to redo the video. So you were saying, what is white fatigue? Basically, there's two types of white fatigue. The most common one is white people being tired of being held accountable for the shit that they do, and also being told no. And as for the other one, you're gonna love that one. It's white people being tired of other white people bullshit. Yeah. So the real question is, which category do you fall into? Huh? Yeah. We'll wait.
Black people are notorious for naming their children 25-letter names that they're never going to get even pronounced right, let alone spelled right. Like, why would you do that?
Over there. Do you know why they actually do that? The reason for that
What
is
is
because during slavery, their identities were taken away. So they had to have unique names in order to identify their offspring when they were sold from different plantations. So that came down generationally as generational trauma.
Okay, well, how about now? Isn't that sort of trauma for that poor kid that's never going to have his name
Only,
spelled right?
only to your standards. Like,
Dude,
what is...
if I were that child, I wouldn't want my name misspelled all the way through or mispronounced by people.
That's
all
because
through
people
it.
can't take the time to pronounce it correctly.
Whatever.
You can say
The result is-
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but you can't say Jaquan. Are you kidding me?
Okay, whatever the result is, the poor child does not have his name pronounced correctly or spelled correctly.
Because people do not take the time. You can
Okay,
take the
whatever
extra
the-
2 seconds to do it, but instead you're sitting here making fun of a whole culture of people for things that they didn't have a choice.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in the chat, but you guys have lost your fucking mind. You guys have lost your fucking mind. Talks amongst yourself. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm fucking exhausted from the bullshit that has went on all day. I'm not looking shit up. I'm not doing any of those things. Everybody take accountability for their own bullshit. You take accountability for your own bullshit. I don't know why people keep thinking that I, as a black woman, is supposed to take accountability for some other black woman. I don't take accountability for nobody except me. I keep myself to myself. And I stay in my fucking square. Take accountability for what you did. If I did something in the past, then I would take accountability for that. Everybody take accountability for their own thing. Do what you all need to do. Don't pull me into your bullshit because I don't want to be into your bullshit. I'm talking about black and white fatigue. Black fatigue is real, and so is white fatigue is real. It's true for you guys. It's not all that serious for everybody, but it's true for you guys. Nothing wrong with it. Take accountability. Everybody take accountability for their own shit. Take accountability for your own shit. And that includes your shitty ass life. And that includes not blaming immigrants for your shitty ass life. Not blaming immigrants because you can't find a job. Not blaming immigrants because you're not rich. Not blaming black people because you're not rich. Not blaming black people because you can't get a job. Not blaming white people because you can't get a job. Not blaming white people because you can't get ahead. Take accountability for your own shit. Everybody always wants to blame the other people. I see all these people in the chat. White people are racist, systematic racism. Black people, they can't take accountability because they destroy neighborhoods and bullshit like that. Take accountability for the shit that you all do. Take accountability for the shit that your ancestors have done. Take accountability. Because a lot of people, I hear them say, oh, well, the immigrants come in here and take our country. They ruin the blood of our country. They ruin our country. They do this, they do that. Shut your ass up. Take accountability for the shit and the ruin that your black ancestors and your white ancestors have done. Because your white ancestors have done shit that they need to take accountability for, and black people, their ancestors have done stuff that they need to take accountability for. If everybody would stay in a fucking lane, okay? No, you didn't free anybody. You don't get to say you freed anybody and then don't take accountability for slavery, Greg Bain. Shut your ass up. You gonna take accountability for racism? Then don't take accountability of freeing nobody. You ain't got nothing to do with it.
Well, go right ahead, ma'am. Yes.
My name is Mrs. Elmer Lazar, and my husband and
I'm responsible for myself. I don't have to take accountability for any ancestor because I don't have any. You all seem to. You all seem to.
I are 100% for the Negro. I want to state that. In fact, when people say, would you like to have a Negro live next door to you? I said he has a perfect right to.
Do you have a Negro next door to you?
No, not yet. But I mean, I would really not mind it.
Yes, Your Honor.
However, and I am for the Negro. I want to see him get ahead. But now, in regard to what this gentleman said, where is this Negro going to purchase his needs, get his needs? All right, fine. And I want to address another remark to Mr. Meek. Many of my friends have been for the Negro, but ever since this violence started, they have turned against him. How do you go about
you haven't taken anything away from me. You haven't taken anything away from me, Greg Bain, and you ain't gave me anything. What the fuck you mean? Give me my freedom then. The fuck are you talking about? This is what I mean by take accountability for your square. Stop worrying about somebody else's fucking square unless you're in direct relation to it. I'm saying take accountability for the history. And then stand on your own fucking square.
Alienating the white man who has been for you
We don't
through
care.
violence.
We don't care. For 400 years, they have murdered, burned, raped, castrated, and tortured. I give less than a hootenanny what any white person thinks about this black man is.
Well, but don't you want us to be with
I don't want you to do anything but leave us alone.
Believe me, we don't worry about y'all square. That's the fucking problem. You worry about our fucking square, Skull Crusher. You worry about our fucking square. When you try to take away black ancestral history, let's take all the history out of the school books. Let's make sure we whitewash all the books of black history and slavery. We want to take all of that back. We don't want white people to feel bad, so let's take that stuff out of the schools. Let's take that stuff out of making sure that we don't talk about racism. Let's not talk about none of those things, because we're going to make white people feel bad. Shut your ass up. Take accountability for the past and keep walking. We ain't trying to take jack shit from y'all. Leave our shit alone.
I mean, moral support. I don't mean do anything for you, but
working in your own neighborhood with the white people, they need the morality. We don't.
Stood up for the Negro, and now they say, well, now when they resort to violence, we are.
We resort to violence.
Well, I mean, in some of these riot areas.
Yeah, y'all's ass.
We resort to violence. I talked to a reporter for Newsweek who told of National Guardsmen.
There's millions of doors. There's millions of fucking doors.
Shooting caliber machine guns. Now, wait a minute, listen. You said about violence. Yeah, I get sick in my stomach when I hear a white person talk about violence. You're the most violent people in the world.
You sound dumb. You sound dumb as hell, PS Shakes. You sound dumb as hell. Mexican people even got a history. Y'all stole that from them too. So they the original owners, or they the original inhabitants of this land. So why y'all don't get the fuck out? Why y'all trying to put them out? That's wild. That's wild.
You're born on it. You live on it. You're sick with it. You're saturated with it. We have been the most peaceable, law-abiding fools the world has ever seen.
Well, perhaps our media of communication is misinterpreted then.
Of course it is. We don't want you to love us. We don't love you.
Then we are not being represented. You are not being represented properly through the press.
The heck with the press.
Right here and now, the tragedy.
Nobody loves a rap press, baby. Believe it. But they won't report it truthfully.
We're not even gonna talk about the Mexicans. They're gonna overrun all the white people soon enough. And they're gonna be overrunning everybody. Blacks and Mexicans. This gonna be a whole mixed country in about 30 years. So they on their white folks, y'all playing on the way out the door. It just is what it is. We could tell from the patterns that y'all gonna be a minor group soon enough, because the Mexicans gonna outbreed y'all. So we just talking about something inconsequential. So
perhaps that's it.
They won't show that all the black folks were shot above the shoulders.
Well, Mr. Meek, here is a lady who is obviously a liberal and wants to help you.
I never heard of a liberal.
And you call yourself a liberal?
Yes, I do, yes.
This is a dilemma
I
that
mean,
a lot
I
of
have a
people
kind
have.
feeling toward all people, the Negroes, everybody. I mean, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, we thought it was mature too, but apparently not. They talking 2 point crazy in the damn chat. I didn't say anything about it. I said white and black fatigue. This is what we talking about. Now we got to worry about people erasing histories and all kinds of weird shit. Yeah, shoot, Mexicans are outpacing whites and blacks. Stop it.
They're only black leaders.
Show me. Yeah, we want some white John Brown.
That's
right.
All the white John Browns stand up in here. All the white John Brown, they're gonna die with us. All the white John Brown are now standing.
Of certain systems that are in place that uphold white supremacy.
I just said I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it, CSS, because you're gonna be outpaced and outrun in 30 years. I'm not gonna worry about it. See, I don't worry about keeping an all-black family. I don't mind my children marrying whoever they love. I don't mind them marrying somebody white, black, Hispanic, whatever. I don't give a fuck, because I'm not gonna be here forever and a day to worry about who they gonna love. Y'all the ones who were mostly white people worried about who, what, when, where, and why. Don't nobody else give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna be here in no 30 years. I don't give a shit what the fuck they do.
That is what white privilege is. It's not that you didn't have a hard time. Your color wasn't giving you a hard time. It wasn't creating the issues in your life. Not the color of your skin. For black people, it's different. They have hard times. They have issues. And they also have the strike of their skin color against them, where people are judging them on that, or oppressing them based on that, or basically holding them back based on that, or incarcerating them because of that. So
nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. Y'all need to shut up with that. Ain't nobody going nowhere. This is going to be a mixed country in 30, 40 years. It's going to be more mixed people than white people. Just is what it is. More mixed people than Hispanic people. More mixed people than black people. So stop it. It's just something that you all have to figure it out. Okay? You just going to have to like it, whether you like it or you don't like it. It is what it is. Okay?
It's that you didn't have that experience. For example, I used to work with this guy. He was your typical Macomb County white guy. If you know, you know. And I remember him telling me that he was a self-made man and that he didn't experience any benefits from white privilege, and that was just a bunch of bunk and it was made up. Well, he also talked about how there was programs in his neighborhood when he was growing up with the boys club and things like that, and how great they were and how they...
And kept his money in his pocket. Stop rewarding these racist and these dirty-leg people with your emotional energy and your money. If they want to be funnier and leave. If they want to be cute, be cuter and turn around and leave. Bravo. No conversation. Just leave their ass where they are.
The shift is finally happening. People are waking up. For the past couple of days, I've been seeing so many videos of other white creators talk about their experiences with other white people. And you know, they got that white fatigue. And like I say this all the time, bro, no set of people are a monolith. All black people aren't the same and all white people aren't the same. But with the whole black fatigue trend, they tend to group everybody in as one. So I feel like it's only fair that, you know, everybody else is grouped in as one. And if we do that, bruh, it don't really look too good for white people. I don't want to go off on a tangent right now, but you know, they lead in most, sex crimes. Pretty much all crimes, child PDF content. You know, I could go on and on. This is not a video to talk about them. I'm gonna let the white people express their concerns.
White women are a danger, okay? They will compliment you to your face and then call the cops on you behind your back. They are disingenuous and it is performative. I will tell you, as a white woman who has been around white women my entire life.
Did you see 16-bit word 31 said, "This is jealous projection. Nobody but racist black people have white fatigue." I'm not a racist black person, and I have white fatigue. I have black fatigue. I'm sick of all of y'all, white and black, because you don't know how to conduct yourself in civilized society. You don't know how to come into the room and hit the like button. You don't know how to greet the host. You don't know how to greet other people. The first thing you come in the door is talk about race. You know what it is when you come in the door, you hit the like, share, or subscribe or whatever. You can sure as hell hit the like button. We could at least get that. We can't even get that. And nobody's cussing at you. Nobody calling you names. Nobody doing X, Y, and Z. That's all it takes is a click of the button, the like button, and then you'll be able to come back. And then there's other content that we have just like this every day. I'm just presenting black fatigue and white fatigue because I'm sick of us having this white and black fatigue when it's really not about black and white. It's really about the rich and the poor. And you all should know that it's about the rich and the poor. Because if nothing else, the people in Washington, our congressmen, our senators, our president, all of these people are rich. And as far as I can see, us poor people are becoming more and more poor off the backs of these, behind these rich people, getting X, Y, and Z, taking our money, doing what they want to with our money, not giving us look, I don't know about y'all, and this is for real, for real. If you gonna take my money and you gonna spend it on something, at least do me the courtesy of giving me some of the damn money, of doing something for me. I don't see them doing anything for us poor people. And I'm saying poor people as in regular, ordinary people who make 30 to 150K. That's what I'm talking about. All they use is our money, and we get poorer and poorer and poorer. I'm sitting here trying to figure out, how the fuck can I find one of these snowball calculators? Anybody know a good snowball calculator? Because I want to get rid of some of my, not my debt, but my credit card. I want to zoom down these credit cards, right? And I'm like, man, I'm scrimping and doing X, Y, and Z. And these motherfuckers in Washington, these fat cats, get rich from here and there. Y'all know, what's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene came to Washington, and she had $700,000. And when she leaves in January, she gonna have over $40 million when she leaves. How is it that you can get rich, be in Washington for 5 years, and come out being a millionaire? And we, as regular, ordinary, everyday, average Americans, can't even get $2,000 for Christmas. We can't even get $2,000 for Christmas. I'm mad. I'm tired of the white fatigue. I'm tired of the black and white fighting. I am tired of that fighting. I am ready to fight the poor. Ready to fight the rich people. I'm ready. I'm getting behind whoever is ready to fight these rich people, and for these people to A, put America first, B, start helping the common man, C, putting stuff into place where we can be successful. Why the hell y'all can't regulate rent? Why y'all can't regulate rent? Why y'all can't regulate electric, gas, and water? Why y'all can't regulate food pricing? I don't know. I don't know, but I am tired of them killing us. And them fucking ramen. Oh, I refuse to eat the ramen. I refuse to eat the ramen. I refuse. But I'm saying I'm tired of the black and white shit. I don't care about the black and white shit. You motherfuckers can sit in the corner and die. White folks can sit in the corner and die, and the black folks can sit in the corner and die. I'm ready to fight the rich people. I don't care. I'm ready to fight the rich people. Why the hell is it that we got to pay for X, Y, and Z and we never get ahead? We never get ahead. Yet we in the chat fighting, black and white fighting. We in the chat fighting when we should be trying to figure out how we going to rise up and deal with these rich people. Okay? Because these rich people are taking our money and we are not getting a part of that money. Every paycheck, We send taxes to the government. Every time we go to we send taxes to the government. So why is it that why y'all can't regulate rents? Why y'all can't regulate rents? Why y'all can't regulate? Why is it that all the poor people get the worst interest rates? Why the poor people can't have the best rates to make sure that they can pay their bills? Why is it that the rich people, the poor people can't get some kind of, even if, you know what, even if they told us every household could get food stamps for a year because food prices are so high that y'all can get food stamps for a year while we try to get control of food, I'd even take that as giving us something. I would even take that. We can't even get that. Okay? So I'm tired of being on the short end of the stick. Always on the short end of the stick. We can't get people to regulate stuff for us. We can't get nobody. All these rich people take good interest money or interest money ahead of your America First agenda. We send money overseas, and then we got people over here who need food stamp. I don't know. Something ain't right. I don't know what, but something ain't right. I don't care how you slice it. I'm sick of this shit. It's always we always rattling around. I'm sitting here trying to figure out, well, how do I get a snowball calculator? How the hell can I get that? Because I need that snowball. Although I pay, I do what I do with my money, and I pay, every week on a bill so I can get it paid down. Still, why do I need to do that? Why am I behind the 8 ball every time? Everybody's behind the 8 ball every fucking time.
Life that little white girls and little white teenagers and young white women and middle-aged and old women, things that they say to non-white people are not the same things that they're saying in an all-white room. White women don't want to see their ex dating someone who's not white. They don't want to see someone who's not white take their job spot. They don't want to see someone who's not white have a better car or a better house or a better outfit. Okay? And when they get mad at someone who's not white, they're going to bring race into it. They're going to say really nasty racist things, regardless if it's to your face or behind your back, even if it has absolutely nothing to do with race. They are going to start saying some really wicked things because white women are a danger. They are a danger to minority communities.
Hey, she said it, not me. We got to take her word from it. She's white. She be around white people, and most of them are not going to tell the truth. You get what I'm saying? They're not going to tell us how they, you know what I'm saying? So I applaud her for saying that. And just like as a personal experience of white people, when I'm walking around my neighborhood or I'm going to the stores, I say hey to everybody. They say hey to me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they try to talk to my kids, but it's always a thought in the back of my mind, just seeing how racist the internet is. I don't know if some of these women are behind these racist accounts but I always got the thought in the back of my mind oh, is this performative? Does she really think I'm a fucking nigga? I don't know, bro. That's just my mind state. Yeah.
This discourse talking about how white people don't know how to wash themselves is really fascinating to me, and so I want to share my experience about how I actually learned how to wash and what it looked like in my white supremacist Mormon household growing up. Now, I always had washcloths available to me. They were always under the sink. It wasn't really enforced or taught. It was always in the bathtub. And it seemed like there was just kind of one in there and then we'd change it every week. I was never touching it. I don't know if my siblings were touching it.
One every week? You're talking about for your face and your body? One a week? That's wicked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, we need to focus on candidates that actually want to help the regular, average, everyday, and they can't get money out of politics. First of all, we got to get that money out of the politics because we have money in the politics. As long as we got people who can buy candidates, we ain't never going to be able to get what we want out of these people because people buy candidates.
These motherfuckers.
Yeah, why I'm about to have to cuss the school out. So I went to go pick up my son from school, and y'all know when you sit in a little line, the teachers normally come out. I know in our district, they come out and they look at the little tag on the card, and then they call the kids out, right? In the midst of it, while we waiting on my son, the teacher go, yeah, we had a little incident with another kid, and he made racial slurs to Kaden. Huh? And the teacher is brown. And she said she even had to step out the classroom because she was so disturbed. So I get my son in the car and I go, what happened? He tells me that a palm-colored kid called him a black monkey and said he was blacker than black. Fuck would you see?
Thank you for the
Hey,
$2.
get y'all little pale-colored kids.
The shift is finally happening. People are waking up. For the past couple of days.
Outfit.
But that's not the point.
Say that black people are criminals, but aren't their ancestors the ones that used to literally hang people from trees? Aren't white people the same ones that go to schools to pow pow?
She said washcloth discussion. Shut up.
Make up 60%. Motherfuckers named Brad or Chad, smelling like dog, getting out the water hair looking like pasta noodles, wet pasta noodles.
See, I'm showing this buffoonery. I'm showing the buffoonery on both sides. It's buffoonery on both sides. What are we talking about? Washcloths. What the hell are we talking? This is the foolishness on both sides. We need to cut this foolishness off. That was the whole point of the white fatigue and the black fatigue. Showing the white fatigue and the black fatigue, and then showing how buffoonery, how goofy this shit sounds. When we have bigger fish to fry, we have bigger fish to fry in this world than some washcloths, whether somebody washed their ass correctly or not. Right? Just the buffoonery just be killing me for no reason.
Hispanics or Mexicans but love trips to Mexico and celebrating Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday. And most importantly, hating black people so much but always bringing us up. God damn.
Yeah, Firestone. Yes, it is. It's the low IQ channel, EBT Mafia channel. Yes, it is. Y'all see the buffoonery, right? Y'all see this buffoonery right here, right? Firestone 888. You see the fuckery, the buffoonery. They get on here, walk in the chat, and say some dumb shit. Don't know nothing, but they expert at everything. Come in and say some foolery. This is it. Firestone 888. Fuckery and buffoonery right here. Oh shit. Damn, I hate when I turn the music on.
We can call to pick you up, or I'll put you in a cab, or you're gonna go across the street with us. Simple as that. You understand that?
Where's the across the street?
The jail. You have ID on you?
I'm sick of the rich laughing in our faces and then taking sips of their champagne too. I'm sick of them getting all the money, all the benefits, and then looking at us like you don't deserve to get health care or Medicaid or any number of things. You don't deserve. No, you don't. Y'all don't need to get no food stamp. Y'all don't need to get no Medicare, no health care. Y'all don't deserve none of that. We can't afford to give y'all none of that, but we can afford to give you rich people those tax breaks. We can afford to give them that, but we couldn't afford. And now we done got $2 or $3 trillion added onto our debt, so we could give rich people money. Why the hell are we accepting of this kind of bullshit? Why are we accepting this kind of bullshit? We win it. We put 2 or 3 more trillions of dollars on our country's debt so we could give rich people money.
Give me your ID.
No.
Give me your ID.
No, friend. No, I don't have to.
I'm not gonna give you a choice.
I'm not black, but I don't.
What is that supposed to mean? Don't give me that crap. Don't give me that crap. Pull that racism crap with me. I don't give a shit.
Wild dog, make it make sense to me. Make it make sense. Always make record profits. make record profits. They make record profits, and then look at you crazy when you want to have a Thanksgiving at the job, or you want or wait a minute, where's the employee appreciation? Then when you got employee appreciation, they come out and give you bullshit like cups and ski hats and shit like that. But you made record profits. What the hell? How the hell is it that Walmart is one of the biggest companies in the world, and all of they people need supplemental income and supplemental money from EBT and food stamps, making us, the regular taxpayer or the regular American citizen, have to supplement the Walmart workers' food stamps and shit like that? Make it make sense, y'all. Sick of this shit.
Ma'am,
No.
you got one last chance. Friend, you got one last chance.
Bye. No, friend. No.
Try,
Stop
friend.
it. Stop it.
Try.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
All we're trying to do is get you a ride.
Stop
Call
it.
a friend.
No.
Okay?
No.
Get this bag.
No. No. No.
Yes?
No.
Anytime white people want to deflect from their violence, they always say stuff like, look at all the violence in Chicago. Like, no, bitch, look into why your husband keeps dipping off into your child's room at all hours of the morning. Why your church pastor continues to request private sessions with your child. Why that favorite uncle continues to want to spend an exorbitant amount of time with your children. Why you're pointing fingers that Boomerang is bashing you bitches upside the head.
I can't say that I spend a lot of time hanging around racist white people, but I will say this: they will always find a way to make themselves out to be the victim. I had this one coworker in the past, let's just say her name was Barbara, okay? Barbara's this middle-aged
They got the biggest company in the world. How the hell is it that Walmart, they people need food stamps? How Amazon people need food stamps?
white woman who has some racist views. One day, we've got a new girl. She's serving a table. It's full of like 8 bitchy Karens who are doing way too much. Basically, they just want to get their food for free. So they're sending everything back after they've already eaten half of it and saying like, oh, this was terrible. I didn't like this. I didn't like that, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I felt so bad for the new girl because she's like on the verge of tears. Like, she is so flustered. These Karens are being so rude, so mean for no reason. They would just want to get their food for free. I said something like, man, I hope that new girl doesn't think this is what all of our customers are like, because they are not like that. Usually they're really nice, and this is like a one-off situation, and this is like her 3rd day at work, and she's having to deal with this. I feel so bad. Barbara looks at me and goes, well, you know why that is. And I'm over here like, no, what? And she goes, it's because they're black. Immediately, I shut it down, and I'm like, this has absolutely nothing to do with race. That is wildly inappropriate to say. Like, I can't even tell you how many white tables I've had that have acted exactly like that and worse. I said, maybe it's because they're bitchy Karens who want their food for free, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that they're black. So I felt like I set the record straight. I felt like we had an understanding, right? Anyway, Barbara goes home earlier than the rest of us. She took that opportunity to go and run and tell HR that I was discriminating against her as a Wisconsinite. Now, let me tell you what really happened. Barbara thought I was going to go to HR and tell on her for being racist. So she thought, let me go to HR first and report Axel first. Because then, whenever Axel reports me for being racist, it's going to seem like he's just making it up. And he's just mad that I reported him. So now he's making up a bunch of bullshit. And it's just retaliation. Very sneaky, very sneaky. Oh, the racist whites will always do that, won't they? They will always try to turn themselves into the victim. I ended up getting suspended for a week without pay, okay? And I lived paycheck to paycheck at the time, so that they could do an investigation into me and interview a bunch of coworkers and see if I was discriminatory against Wisconsinites. The most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever heard. All because Miss Barbara couldn't take accountability when she was caught in the act being racist. Don't worry, I ended up getting her back. She ended up quitting because she was like super embarrassed by the end of all of this. So anyway, we got her back. I'm not going to go into all of that, but we got her back and she learned her lesson, okay? I ended up really like laying into her. But anyway, just to my point, I was thinking about that today and I was like, man, the lengths that these racist white people will go to rationalize and excuse their racism, to justify their racism, and to avoid taking accountability whenever they get caught in the act.
What are we doing right now?
You're threatening me. That's
I
why
didn't
I'm
threaten
recording
you. I'm doing my job. You stood in my passage of way, so that's threatening.
No, you were trying to break my door down.
Break it? I was trying to open the door.
No, you were jerking it and pulling it.
Okay, and the customer said that the door
it.
was opening, so I was telling her it wasn't opening.
And then you threatened me.
I threatened you by telling you to
Yeah,
move?
when I told you not to move, not to pull the door like that.
This is not your property.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay.
Well, I live here. My name's James Nathan Perry.
I don't give a fuck what your name is.
Okay.
Okay. What are we doing?
I'm going to report you.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Look for my name.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
All right.
I'm doing it.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay.
You can leave now.
I'm not leaving.
Well, then you can
you
stay.
can leave now.
I'm staying.
Why are you going to stay for?
Because I live here.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll stay here.
James Nathan Perry, guys. Let's find him on TikTok. Let's find him on Facebook.
I'll just go ahead and call the cops right now.
Call the cops.
I will.
All right. They're going to tell you I'm doing my job.
No, you're not, man.
Okay.
Think about this, Black.
That's crazy.
I'm here for you.
This right here, this is wild.
You must wake up with that mindset, okay? Like white girls have to manifest things.
What would possess you to come on the camp? What would possess you to come on the internet and pretend like you're a black woman, like that's some kind of flex? Like this is interesting and you're trying to be funny. What the hell is going on that you would even do this? This is pathetic. If you just upset and jealous about it, just say that's what it is. Don't come on here and pretend like it's something we're doing, okay? We don't get on your TikTok or any of that nonsense. We don't get on there and start pretending like we're white. We don't do that. We don't get on there and make, and you weren't, and I just don't understand what was going on with this child because she ended up getting fired. She ended up getting fired, losing her job, need a GoFundMe, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Don't reward people's dumb behavior. Don't reward people. But see, you're going to have people who reward this dumbass behavior. But I'm saying, don't reward this dumbass behavior. It's just wild. And people do it all the time. All the time. My whole thing is this. We have to deal with culture. It is what it is, and it's getting smaller and smaller. Why you say Prime Video must have lost subscribers? What happened? I don't know. She's allowed to do whatever she wants. Freedom of speech. She's allowed to do. No, she's not. Yes, she's allowed to say what she wants to say, Jared Brown, but not allowed to dictate the consequences. And that's why she was fired, and that's why she was kicked out of her apartment, and that's what happened to her right there. So she's allowed to say whatever she wants to say. And every person that has gotten on here and said some goofy shit has has wound up with the consequences fucked up. For one, you got who were they? The young Republican men, all those young Republicans who came on and had all those things to say about Jews and blacks and watermelon and Hispanics and all that. They all got fired. They all got kicked out of their party. Two, this young lady came on here and did the same thing. She got fired, kicked out of her house, X, Y, and Z. Same thing with the young lady who called the young 5-year-old name. She got fired. She got all of these things. So can I play what video? We just played the video. So with you saying she's allowed to say what she wants, of course they're allowed to say what they want. And they're allowed to take the consequences that come with them saying what they want. So what we're saying is do what you want at your peril. At your peril. Okay? Because nobody's trying to hear all of that goofy shit right now. Not anymore. Not anymore. Because it makes no sense to deal. It makes no sense for us to have to deal with all of these things the way that it has been happening. All of these things. I mean, hold on. I got this one last lady. This is the goofy. This is the goofy. Here she is. Let me play her one more time so we can show you. This is her. Hold on. I know y'all can't wait. I know y'all just be doing whatever you want to do, but you feel like you got to say something. Here she go.
Would you use the N-word out of interest? Yes. You would?
Mm-hmm. I do quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Oh, no, don't call her a despicable racist. We want to know why she feels the need to say it. What's the point in you saying it? Are you saying it for a reason? Because I don't, object unless you got a reason. Are you just saying it just, okay, you just run around and say, is that what you do? Or I'm confused. Was it worth it to get fired?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say a retard, but I wouldn't say no white supremacist though.
Nazi.
Yeah, well, if you use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist, then are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech.
Yeah, you're white and you're proud, and I'm black and I'm proud, Leonard. Never the twain shall meet. Be as happy as you want to be white and proud, just like I'm white and proud. This is a reckless disregard. Oh, you're right. This is a reckless disregard for your life and your future prospects in this country. This is just dumb on a major scale. Where can you go now without running into somebody or getting punched in the face? Not absolutely nothing wrong with being proud that you're black, proud that you're white, proud that you're Hispanic. There's nothing wrong with that.
Real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring
that might be the key right there, Chris ZD. That might be the key. The problem is we have a problem with people who think they're better than other people. That's the problem.
Legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different
Sorry, but just to be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate?
No, she don't use it with black people. You don't. You don't look like your face is fucked up. So I know you don't use it when you're around black people.
Appropriate to use the N-word. When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Yeah, but how does that show you're a racist? Just because you use the N-word. You run around calling people the S-word. You run around saying, see, here's the thing. Ha ha. Do you go around and tell the little people with the white hats? Do you say that? Do you call them the J word, the Jew word? Do you run around and say that to the people with the white hats? Because if you're a full-blown regular white racist, you would have a problem with the people with the little hat. Do you run over there and say the same thing with the people with the little hat? Or you just running around trying to be a provocateur? Because this is wild. I love it when people run around and say they're racist. But do you run over there and talk to the people with the little hat like this? This would be the question. Do you run over there and talk to the people with the little hats like this?
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care.
I mean, would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
I do quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why?
So my question would be, do you go over there and do that? See, if you're not, I believe in you if you did it all across the board. A regular full-blown racist wouldn't worry about going over there talking to the people with the little hats. If you don't go over there and say that full-chested with the people with the little hats, I don't believe you. I believe you're just on here making noise. If you're not willing to go over there and say the wild, because most people will go over there and say wild shit about Hispanic people, black people, you go over there and talk to the Jewish people like that? Because, when you're a full-blown racist, like a full-blown racist here in United States as a Christian nationalist person like that, you have a thing for all of these people. So you would go over there and talk to the people with little hat. You'd go over there and talk to the Hispanic people. You'd go over there and talk to the black people. You go over there and talk to the little people with the people with the little hat like that. So if you don't go over there and talk to the people with the little hat like that, you're just over here cosplaying. And then I don't believe you. Okay? And that's the problem with her. She hasn't been over there talking like that. I haven't seen her lately talking 2-point crazy at all. Okay? And she's just a lying piece of shit. My whole thing is this. Everybody's tired of everybody. What we really tired of is the poor against the rich people. The rich people against the poor people. That's what we really tired about. Okay? Sure enough, we got things that we need to work on. Black people need to work on some things. White people need to work on some things. But we also need to figure out how we are going to face this country as being a poor, always staying poor. Because I'm tired of always staying poor. I don't know about nobody else, but I'm tired. I'm not poor, but I can see this. I can see poor people becoming even more poor because of the shit that we have to deal with. But anyway, please like, share, and subscribe, guys. We always have content like this. The reason why I don't have this is not a big, gigantic show or a normal show is because I've been on a panel all evening long, a relationship panel. And that was very draining, getting screamed at, getting hollered at, getting told how I was to think, how women were supposed to think. I was on a panel all evening, and I just barely got done with the panel. I'm mad about the EBT. What EBT? Jared, I think I'm 30, 40 years away from food stamps. I ain't seen one in 30, 40 years, maybe. I think you've seen it more recent than me. You need to calm down. Really, Jared. You need to calm down. Okay? So I was on a relationship panel all this evening. So, we will be back tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening for some more content. And that's the thing. Yes, I hate that too, Tammy. I hate that too. I mean, we really need to be more empowered. We really need to start looking in our local community and starting to see if we can invest in some of that. I almost ran for office, and I might do it next year. But I'm thinking about it, running for office. maybe. So I don't know. I am testing and thinking and testing and trying to figure out whether I want to do that or make a run for it or do something. I don't know. Yeah, that panel was crazy. And I hate those kind of panels. I hate those kind of panels because angry man is going to say what he wants to say, and they're going to let him say what he wants to say, and you never can talk. You never can really have a conversation without somebody over talking you, or you can't really get your full thought out. But it is what it is. And I'm if I run for office, it will not be based on somebody giving me money. It's going to be small donors. I don't want to see a big donor. I don't want to see a rich person tell me nothing. I don't want a rich person to tell me nothing. Right? If I decide to run for, I don't want one rich person tell me not a thing. I will be running for the poor people. I will be running to help I will be running for the forgotten middleman that makes between 30 and 150K. That is the people that I will be running. If I run a campaign, it would be running for those people. Poor people, yes, they're going to be pulled up too, but they have forgotten about the middle. They have forgotten about the middleman in the middle. And Jay? What? I'm Hindu. Stop doing that. You be proud of who you are, regardless of whether you Hindu or you white or you black or you Hispanic. You be proud of who you are, because can't nobody else be proud of you except you. Stop that. I'm not voting. I'm not doing no big donor thing. If I run, it's gonna be all small. And I'm gonna ask everybody, if you can give me $5 a week. If you can give me $5 a week, I will do my best to represent that candidate between 30 and 150K. I will not be taking big money to sell out my poor people. I will not be doing that. But anyway, we will be back tomorrow with more content. Like I said, I'm kind of tired because I am kind of old, but not that old, but I'm tired. I'm old. Yes, my priorities have always been disabled, elderly, mid workers, middle aged workers, the middle income people, disabled, poor kids. I really truly want our kids to be able to have food, lunch in school. I want elderly have dignity of housing, have the dignity of being able to afford their medicine and food at the same time. I want the veterans to have the dignity of having somewhere to stay and having access to health care and access to mental health when they need it. I truly believe that we need to make sure the disabled are propped up in some way and helped in some way. And our middle income people really need our help just as much as those other dynamics. So, and I like universal healthcare too. I don't know how it could be made, but you know what? We got so many smart human beings in this country. Why can't smart human beings figure out how we can get universal healthcare? Why can't smart human beings figure out how everybody can afford a house? Why we got so many smart people in this country? Why is it that why can't we find some way to make these things happen? I don't understand. And like I said, I'm gonna be thinking about it over the next year. I would have ran this year, but the doggone deadline was October to get into the Board of Education or something. The deadline was October, and I couldn't get in for that because I wanted to get in on the Board of Education and then get in at the local area and then be there for about a year or two and then get into the House of Representatives, maybe in my state, and then try to get into the Senate. And this was my plan. I don't know. I'm thinking. But I appreciate you all. I will see you tomorrow. Please like, share, and subscribe. We like to talk about all kinds of content. We will be back at our regular content, which is politics and everything else tomorrow. I appreciate everybody. Tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, we will be back at it again. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you, and I will bid you a good night. I am tired from that crazy relationship panel. I appreciate you all. I do.